haven't had an interview for a while, but we're here today in Sydney. We're here with Raymon. And so Raymon, if you'd like to introduce yourself and your cafe, first of all, tell us what your vision is there.
Cool. My name is Raymond. I'm part of the Bretz Café. It's a small hole in the wall type coffee shop in Makati, the central business district of the Philippines. So essentially, we started this business just to give the locals an option from a local business as well,
Yeah.
to give them a more viable option, like a cozy place to hang out with the cheaper prices compared to other international brands.
Okay,
Yeah.
great, good. So you want to be more typical Australian, is it? Or,
The style of the cafe is like a Sydney vibe type
okay,
of cafe.
okay.
So I think that's why it's making an impact to the community in the sense that it's something different to what they usually experience.
Right. So you noticed people around, they sense you're unique and they're attracted towards that, yeah.
Correct, and I guess what sets us apart as well is that we're offering entertainment for young groups of people. We don't
Okay.
offer alcohol
Uh-huh.
beverages, so it's
Okay.
really because we're a few meters away from schools and like a local university as well. So
Okay.
we had to make sure that we are being socially responsible as
Yeah.
well
Yeah.
to the community.
Good, good. I heard, in line with that, I heard you're doing this in the winter time. You went out on the street somehow feeding the children. Can you tell me a bit more about that?
Correct. So we usually have this family tradition, usually on my birthdays, because most of our birthdays fall on November, December
Okay.
period.
Uh-huh.
So usually instead of having like big birthday celebrations, we usually organize some community giving. This year, last year, sorry, I'm still stuck in 2016.
Yeah.
So so we opened in July, and around November, so there was this hit in Facebook within the Philippines wherein random users will challenge small businesses or businesses say. So they challenge them like, if I will post this status, if I get 500 likes, 500 shares, 500 comments, are you going to take up the challenge?
Okay.
So I said like, oh, yeah. So we're going. At first, he challenged us to give like 50 burgers to street children within the area.
Uh-huh.
I said, okay, let's do that, but we'll double it up, so we'll feed 100.
All right.
So he made this challenge. He accepted we accepted the challenge, and apparently one of the condition was not met. But we said like, oh, okay, we'll still push it through. So yeah,
Good,
we
good.
had burgers. We had some volunteers go towards the area, look
Yeah.
for children and stuff like that.
Very nice for me to imagine that situation.
Yeah, it is very heartwarming indeed because like these people, it's just something small for us, like, but for the less privileged, for those street children who don't even like haven't tasted like a proper food for a long time, so
Right.
it's really making a big difference.
Right, right. Great, great to hear. That kind of community spirit, that's what we're trying to encourage at Loivers. That's very good to hear.
Correct, correct.
And so you've been now in Sydney for how long have you been there now, Raymond?
I've been in Sydney for 5 years.
So you're from the Philippines originally, yeah?
Correct,
Okay,
yeah.
so it's a Filipino guy making a social impact on the streets of Sydney. I really like that story. And I think my colleague Rodrigo, he mentioned to you about our other initiative called the Give First Initiative. You saw
Yeah.
that? Yeah. So we want to promote that you guys, you're doing this kind of social impact within your cafe, because it's more than a cafe, you know. It's also you're thinking how you can impact your community. That's
Just to clarify, the cafe is in the Philippines. I'm currently overseas.
ah.
So yeah, this cafe is based in the Philippines area.
You're visiting Sydney.
Yeah. I'm based overseas. Yeah,
I
but that's
got it.
fine.
I see. I got it all wrong. Okay, but that's cool.
Yeah,
I see. So you're localizing in Filipino cafe culture.
correct,
Yeah,
correct.
not Sydney cafe culture.
Yeah, and just to also add up, if it's possible, like we are proud that we are using coffees that are locally produced as well. So
Okay.
that is supporting the local Filipino farmers.
Yeah.
One thing that we're proud of at Bretz Cafe as well is that we get local produce. So our coffee beans are sourced locally. So in in broader sense, we're trying to promote and support, sustain the living of our Filipino farmers.
Great. So supporting the local community through your outreach, but also through your source. That's the
Correct.
both ways
Correct.
you can help your local community. And at the
Mhm.
same time, I know Bretz Cafe is not just looking inward at the Philippines, but trying to learn from other cultures. So maybe you want to
Correct.
elaborate on what is a freak shake.
Yeah, so like continuing this Sydney vibe mood in the cafe.
Mm.
So I went to Canberra like few months ago, or
Mm-hmm.
yeah, last year, and then I had this thing on a cafe there called Freak Shake. So
Mm-hmm.
essentially, it's a milkshake on a mason jar, and
Mm-hmm.
then like lots of ice cream on top, and
Mm-hmm.
then they put this crazy ingredients as well. Well, not crazy as in poisonous, but it's really like all the sweet stuff like waffles,
Uh-huh.
like this nuts, and then
Uh-huh.
the
Nutella?
sticks. Yeah, they have that
Uh-huh.
as well.
Okay.
But then but yeah, so essentially
Mm.
it's really like a
Mm.
messy plate, but then it's like Instagram material for all the foodies out as well. So like it's
Yeah.
very nice, and
Mm-hmm.
it's really thinking out of the box and beyond. Like usually you have this shakes in a very neat
Mm. Mm.
presentation. So
Mm.
this way is something different,
And it's
and
going
people like
down,
it.
yeah, going down well with the community, yeah.
Correct, correct.
Okay.
And it's
Okay.
something really new. Like they're quite surprised. And
Okay.
then and then we're offering it at a very competitive price, especially
Uh-huh.
because we price it for students as well.
Great. Okay. Everyone's welcome at Bretz Cafe.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct,
And
correct.
so, yeah, you're incorporating for all those cafe owners out there. This is a big plus point from Bretz you can learn. Incorporating other cultures
Correct.
can really boost your also local outreach. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Mm.
Cool. So now tell me a bit more, Raymond, about your experience with Loiver so far. You've been using it since February, so how's it been for you so far? Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good because like coming from a very manual process, like taking orders,
Mm-hmm.
someone has to be in the cashier sitting at all times. Customers they come in, walk towards the cashier area,
Mm-hmm.
to the counter, and it's quite difficult in times wherein big groups come in all
Right,
together
right.
because like it's a small cafe, so to be
Mm.
honest like it's not really like they don't have that much space, so when
Mm-hmm.
people come in big groups they walk in towards the counter and then it's just clogged up and it
Mm.
looks it's like very messy
Mm-hmm.
when that
Mm-hmm.
and so with the introduction of Loivers, it has given us the opportunity to be more orderly and efficient in terms of taking up the orders because like
Uh-huh.
when it's quiet and then like suddenly a group of people comes in,
Mm.
people from the kitchen they can help out taking orders, people
Mm.
customers can sit to any table they want,
Yeah.
staff will just go over,
Uh-huh.
use the Loikers app, point and
Mm.
tap whichever they order,
Mm-hmm.
and then like it's a very fast way of consolidating everything, and then
Mm-hmm.
people
Mm-hmm.
go back to the kitchen, start preparing the orders using the app as well,
Yeah.
checking out which one's already done,
Mm-hmm.
because like they have these open tickets as well, like you
Right,
can
right, right,
check
right, right.
individual tickets, prepare that
Mm.
order. Once it's ordered, once it's ready, and once it's paid, then someone from the counter
Mm.
just click on, and
Great.
they're quite happy as well about the e-receipt.
Uh-huh.
Like
Uh-huh.
they just surprised because I think it's quite something new.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And you said you're in Sydney now, so you've been using the dashboard app while you're over there, or?
Correct, correct. So
Uh-huh.
it's
Uh-huh.
it's a very good way for me because I'm in charge of this online promotions
Mm.
and marketing in such way wherein I can see which times of the day is getting busy, which time of the day is quite free. So when you're putting up some marketing campaigns, you can
Mm.
put like similar to happy hours wherein like
Mm-hmm.
you get
Mm-hmm.
price discounts off
Yeah.
your food items. So essentially you have to know which ones are the weakest points,
Uh.
and you need to start selling during those times. So
Uh-huh.
you can like it's the possibilities are endless really.
Great, great. So everybody check out Loivers, check out Bretz Cafe on Instagram, and you can also see Loivers on Instagram now. Yeah.
Correct.
So you tasted in Australia and you thought bring back culture back over to Philippines and
Correct. Yeah.
successful, or how
Yeah,
did
yeah,
that?
yeah. so far the community is like really, really, really craving for it at the moment,
Nice.
and
Okay, cool.
it's,
That's the intercultural part of business, yeah, and that's
correct, yeah,
often a key selling point, intercultural part.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. So last question then, Raymond. Out of your experience so far, what would you say you can offer as advice to somebody who wants to start up a cafe tomorrow?
Wow. All right. So the thing is like, if you're thinking of starting a cafe,
Mm.
it means that you're really like your mind is really into doing business, but you have to make sure that you don't forget to give back to the community because essentially, well, for me, it is very important to give back because, um, like
Yeah.
these people from the community, this will also give them like give you a word of mouth advertising, which is
Uh-huh.
the most effective, most efficient,
Yeah.
and cheapest way of selling your brand.
Mm.
And with this, like, because like especially like Filipino culture as well, they really support people who are supporting them.
Right.
So once you have the
Right.
local community support,
Mm.
their business will grow,
Mm.
and that's it. Just
That's
put your heart in your business.
great. Yes, I know that's what Filipinos do best. Really, yeah, yeah. Good. Or thank you so much for doing this interview with us, then, Raymond. Very nice to meet you, and we'll keep in contact. And we hope as Loivers develops, you can also grow and expand, and more freak cakes can be more popular in different parts of the Philippines also. And let's keep in touch, yeah?
Correct. That's why we consider ourselves partners of purpose.
Oh, yeah. Okay, great. Thanks very much, Raymond.
See ya.
All the best.
Thank you. You too.